2023 tested me to the limits and used every opportunity to make a fool out of me. 2024? Yeah, I could probably do better. Before I get into everything, you must know that I hate New Year's Eves. I always have, and it's not only because I was home alone most of the time. The fireworks, stressing animals, drunk people everywhere, the pressure to party, it sounds like my nightmare. And the more I think about it, I'm also not a big fan of New Year's resolutions. You made it through the entire year, everything it has thrown you, and somehow at the end of it all, you're supposed to think, what can I do better? And somehow going to the gym always makes top of the list. Is it some sort of marketing scheme? So instead this year I thought about all the things that I'm just done with. Some of it is just me being sick of my own bullshit, for lack of a better word, but it's also about how I relate to others or overall narratives in the society that I internalized that now I can very clearly see do not serve me. It is all based on my personal experience and very personal, but I wanted to share it because I feel like it may be helpful if you also struggle with anxiety, people-pleasing, procrastination, perfectionism, fear of the unknown, or low self-worth. I am an anxious person. Most of my thoughts are in the future, trying to guess, predict, or control what will happen and prepare for it. But last year's almost everything that happened, both good and bad, my highly overactive, imaginative brain did not think of. So all this worrying and obsessing was a complete waste of time. It's as if I'm living my life according to some fraud fortune teller who's always wrong, yet I'm always listening to them. I realized that I was only building up an illusion of control because having a complete control over your life is impossible. But I guess the problem isn't knowing that worrying isn't helping, it's knowing how to stop your brain from going into this rabbit hole of what ifs. But I've been struggling with this my whole life, so I quit acting like I know what to do here. But I'm sick of holding on to this illusion of control through obsessiveness and worrying. I really want to work on this, for me. And I have a new mantra for 2024 that I will repeat as often as I can, and I will write in every single journal that I own. It goes like this: I welcome all circumstances and challenges as a catalyst for growth and change. Whatever happens, good or bad, bring it on. I'll admit that I've been this person who every 1st of January promises to lose weight or go to the gym more often. But it never happened. And guess why? Because I don't care about losing weight. I care a lot about being healthy. I care a lot about being fit and about being able to do the things that I want to do. But I don't care about the weight loss aspect of it. And that is not to say that weight loss is not a worthy goal. If it's meaningful for you, that's great, but to me, it was just one example of countless projects, resolutions, or ideas that I took on because other people would expect me to, or because it was an adult thing to do, or because I thought it would look good. We need to question our own needs and plans and dreams to see if they rely on our own ideas about happiness and meaningful life, or if it's just something we internalized. Because what happens when we commit to those projects driven by external factors is that we don't have the time for things that we actually find meaningful. For example, for years I've been dreaming about learning how to do horse riding, but I never did because I guess I was busy trying to tick off as many things off the list that I felt like I had to do. So let's look at our plans, priorities, and resolutions for 2024. Are they really ours? A while ago, I stopped saying that I'm a perfectionist. It implies that I have a capacity to do things perfectly, which I don't, and I realized that I used it as a justification when I was afraid of doing things badly or procrastinated doing them altogether. In my opinion, perfection only exists in nature, so saying that I'm a perfectionist only reinforced this self-imposed false identity that clearly did not serve me. To give you an idea of how debilitating my perfectionism was, I wanted to start this YouTube channel years before I actually did. And I think at first I said that I wanted to collect as much gear as possible. And then I wanted to have at least 30 video scripts ready and perfected. And then I was afraid that my flat isn't spacious enough to film. And if it wasn't for some crazy life circumstances that forced me to film, I think I would still be telling you that I'm waiting for something to finally be ready. My perfectionism was nothing but a mask and a form of procrastination. I know it now. I don't yet know how to completely get rid of it, but I will never use perfectionism as my shield and my justification. Look, I love Netflix. It gives us access to quality content, comfort shows, informative documentaries. But at some point this year, as I was going through some personal challenges, it became my safe space. I did not have to do anything. I did not have to think. I did not have to talk about things. I could become comfortably numb, as the title of the famous Pink Floyd song goes. It was easy, and it became a pattern. And a dangerous one. So at some point my partner said, look, we need a hobby or some sort of project because every day is the same. We come home from work in the evening, we are exhausted, and that's the easiest thing to do. So we watch a show after show after show. It never ends. So I want to be more conscious of what I consume, not only on Netflix. Entertainment is okay if you choose to be entertained, but if you just sit there, Netflix will keep on playing, TikTok will keep on scrolling for you, and life will pass us by. And I don't want my life to look like this. I think no one does. So 2024, I want to reclaim my attention and my time. I think I always got my sense of self-worth from external things that I did that other people or the society valued. So grades. I loved getting good grades. I wasn't a popular kid at school, I wasn't cool, pretty, or fun, so grades were my thing. Same at university, then a job. And it was always important that it would be this job that people would go like, good, very nice. So I'm 31 today. About 6 months ago, I was in therapy after a pretty big breakdown, and I decided to quit my work without a specific plan, even though all my life my identity hinged on work, and I was trying so hard to figure out a plan or give meaning to this. And I was asking my therapist, what do I tell people when they ask me, what do you do? And she said to me, why don't you just say, I'm on a career break? You don't owe anyone an explanation. You've been working very hard for years. You deserve this. And you deserve to figure out who you are outside of work. And I had no idea. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm learning who I am. I'm learning what gives me joy. And I'll try my best not to validate it with certificates, diplomas, or golden stars. So I'm Daria. I love books and Star Wars and drinking tea. I love animals and the outdoors. I'm not particularly qualified in any of this, but it makes me me, and I can't wait to learn more about myself. So I'm trying to give up the need to constantly seek approval, to people please, and to apologize to everyone for everything. Said by a girl trying to make a living by posting videos on the internet. Please like this video if you can. Kidding, obviously. I think it's hard, especially if you were brought up to be a good student, a good kid, modest, polite, to the extreme. Because don't get me wrong, all these things are good, but if you do too much of them, you can easily lose your identity. I think if you don't know how to say no, or how to stand up for yourself, or for somebody else for that matter, the world can be a dangerous place. For me, starting this channel is a big part of trying to unlearn some of these patterns. I'm here because I believe that I can share something useful, that the mistakes that I've made can help somebody avoid some pain or hardship. And I know that I will say things involuntarily that will maybe upset somebody, or I will be wrong, but that's the risk that I'm willing to take for being me. And I hope you can do the same for yourself. I will choose me more often. And I'll do my best not to carry in my head at all times the burden of the instability of the times that we live in. And I won't be trying to fix everything that's wrong with the world, because I can only do my bit, even when my bit is small and imperfect. I will seek quality rest. Maybe I don't always know how to rest effectively, but I will keep searching for that feeling. And even when all my efforts seem to amount to nothing, I won't feel like a failure, because I'm not. I'm trying every day for myself. Love you, stay strong.
You got it.